In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and peace be upon you. Now, in Pakistan, it's Saturday afternoon. Asim Munir's de facto form 47, Multi-Raj Day 161. Now let's move on to today's important news, and the first news of the day, May 9th, the day of the silence of democracy. On this very day, Pakistan's mega superstar and former Prime Minister was detained by military personnel under Asim Munir and his fellow generals, grabbing him by the collar and the lapel, shoving him as they arrested him. In reality, this entire arrest was a conspiracy. If you watch this video that I am showing you alongside, you probably have never seen so many people. Not even flies gathered in such numbers as there were around the vehicle in which Imran Khan was placed. I will try to have my editor play this video in full screen repeatedly. The way Imran Khan was encircled from all sides, on every side, those black caps, black uniforms, and the red danger sign on their backs, all of this was a well-orchestrated operation. It was just like you may have seen, the way America prepares a SEAL team, sending them into enemy territory to carry out very tough operations. Similarly, India has also prepared its own team, as has Britain, as has Germany, and in the same way, Pakistan has also. Every country that has a professional army has such teams that go into the most difficult situations to carry out operations. Some countries call them SEALs, others call them SSG, and some give them other names. In Pakistan, these SSG commandos have the job of going into the most extreme terrorist situations or the toughest conditions to conduct operations. On that day, they were dressed in Rangers uniforms, and they were sent into the Islamabad High Court. There, first, they destroyed all the infrastructure of the court, beat up the lawyers, abused them, and then, according to reports, they even struck former Prime Minister Imran Khan with a stick. After that, the way they grabbed him by the collar and dragged him away, you all saw everything. There are emotions involved in this, I understand, because just like when the fall of Dhaka happened on December 16th, the entire Pakistan and the whole nation wept at that time. Whenever you talk to the elders, they say it felt as if someone dear had been lost, or as if a real brother in the family had died. That was the kind of grief it was, the grief of Pakistan breaking apart. Yes, it's a different matter that at that time Pakistan had only existed for 30 or 20 years. Whether it was 30, 20, or 25 years, and even at that time, people must have been saying the same thing, that Pakistan was created on the 27th of Ramadan, and that nothing can harm Pakistan, and that it is destined to last until the Day of Judgment. But what did they know? Indeed, Pakistan was made to last until the Day of Judgment, but the generals of Pakistan are like a cancer. Once they afflict Pakistan, they only rest after breaking it apart. This was started by Ayub Khan, and then Yahya Khan brought it to completion. And instead of learning from this, the next ones were just as bad. They reignited the same cycle. And the process didn't stop there. After Zia-ul Haq, as we mentioned just yesterday in our program, there were the exploits of Mirza Aslam Beg. After him, maybe one or two army chiefs came who actually started to work professionally, just one or two. Other than that, as the Punjabis say, the rest are all the same. The rest who came, many of their deeds are not even known to you. If they ever come to light, you or will seem even more like criminals, meaning one after another, each worse than the last. So this cycle has continued, and we have been told the same story over and over. Back then, 20 or 25 years ago, they used to say that Pakistan was made to last until the end of time, that it could never break apart, that nothing could ever happen to it. Now, after 80 years have passed, and more than half of Pakistan has already been broken apart, they still chant the same slogan, that nothing can ever happen to Pakistan, even though those who broke up Pakistan, both of them, were given honor and respect, meaning they were buried with full protocol and complete military drill. The awards they had also remained with them and their families. No one took anything back from them. What I want to tell you is that throughout these 70, 80 or 78, 80 years, their main effort has been to ensure that the public never finds out about their real actions. And of course, the policy for this was always to present themselves as God's army, as Pakistan's army, as our... I am talking specifically about the generals. The rest of the army is meant for fighting, for the defense of our country. They are ours too. The poor soldiers who are fighting and being martyred are our sons and brothers. Obviously, no one has any problem with them. The issue is with these generals who interfere in political matters, seek extensions, seize control of governments, overthrow regimes, and sentence elected prime ministers to death. They file cases against people like Fatima Jinnah, and then, in the end, they lay their hands on Imran Khan's collar. Laying hands on Imran Khan's collar does not just mean grabbing one person's collar. When you target an elected leader who has served as prime minister, and even now if you talk about it, Imran Khan is still the prime minister because the Pakistani people gave him more than a 2/3 majority. When someone grabs his collar, for example, in any country in this world, whether there are 194 or 196 countries, if you lay hands on the head of state of any of them, then in reality, when you lay hands on the collar, when you lay hands on a leader's collar, in reality, you're trying to show the entire nation its place. These are somewhat emotional words, but now, objectively, watch this video once again. The way there is a swarm of flies or a pack of hyenas, everything is dark, and in the midst of it, you can see only Imran Khan walking calmly and steadily. It means there is no resistance. They made him sit in the car just like that, pushing him, and after that, there was no need to grab him by the collar. You need to pay attention here. I'm showing you the video on the screen repeatedly. You need to notice that there was no need to grab Imran Khan by the collar because he was already being held by the arms from all sides. So why grab him by the collar? You only grab someone by the collar when they might run away. Well, if you were already holding his arms from both sides. You had formed a barrier. Where could he possibly go from there? But still, his collar was grabbed just to provoke your emotions and to humiliate him. After that, when he is made to sit inside the car, if you pay attention, just take a moment to notice that all of this was clearly instructed to them. They were trained on how to ensure that the car should not be visible from above. At first, I didn't know much about security matters, but when I became Imran Khan's chief of staff, I started to understand security issues. I learned that whenever there are too many people in one place, it creates a security problem. By too many people, I mean when there are too many security personnel. Good security is when the security guards are spaced apart from each other so that it's easier for them to move and to take action against someone if needed. To avoid someone or to attack someone, for example, if security guards are crowded on top of each other and someone attacks, then they'll just keep bumping into each other instead of confronting the attacker. So the guarantee of good security is that there should be an appropriate number of people, not too many security personnel and not too few, with proper spacing between them. Similarly, if there are too many people on the stage and the VIP stage, if, God forbid, an accident happens, we actually need fewer people on the stage so that we can extract Imran Khan from the middle and take him away. When there are 200 people on the stage, if someone attacks Imran Khan and we want to jump in to save him, there will be at least 4 people between us and Khan Sahib. Obviously, they won't be trained, nor will they be wearing bulletproof vests to protect Khan Sahib. I'm not a security expert, but I am sharing what I do know. Now, these were all the trends among security experts. Now, just look again at how they are climbing onto the car, like flies swarming over it. What was the need for this? This goes against the basic principles of security. If so many people are on it and the car suddenly breaks, they'll fall off and get injured. If someone attacks, they'll be stuck with each other. Basically, this was Asim Munir's decoy plan for you, to humiliate your prime minister, your beloved leader, and have him arrested in such a manner that people would come out onto the streets. The purpose was just to get people to come out, even if only a few did, and then they had their whole scheme ready. They themselves orchestrated the attack on the Corps Commander's house in Lahore, 9 miles away. Just like later on, touts like Sher Afzal Marwat were brought in. Those who used to talk big in the beginning, but gradually their true colors faded, and you realize that they were actually military touts. There are many more such touts who are still around. All of them were pushed forward and told that they had to reach the Corps Commander's house. Some were specifically instructed to do so. This is a common tactic. For example, if someone is working in Lahore, you could also say this about PTI, not necessarily that they were directly involved, but you could say that they were also fed up with Asim Munir, and they were told, if you protest today over Khan Sahib's arrest and do it in front of the Corps Commander's house, you'll see that Khan Sahib will be released and we won't say anything to you. Go ahead. Someone with less sense would think, well, if I'm being told this from within the army, then I should do it. Intelligence agencies are supposed to conduct operations against enemy countries. Unfortunately for us, our intelligence agencies have been unleashed on us for the past 78, 80 years. As Pakistanis, we have to contend not only with foreign intelligence agencies but also with our own. So once again, PSYOPs operations were carried out. Even within Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, informants were planted, and the core PTI members also arrived, but they did not set anything on fire or cause any destruction. That is clear in the videos. Everything had already been done beforehand. So this was all a well-orchestrated plan from the start. Otherwise, let me present some numbers to you. For example, 319 cases were filed, FIAs were registered, and nearly 20,000 people were arrested in Punjab. Out of these, 11,367. These are not small numbers. 11,300 were arrested. After that, 35,000 lawyers, workers, and supporters were implicated in fake cases. Then an additional 25,000 were added to the 35,000, and cases were registered against 25,000 unidentified individuals. Now tell me one thing, if you want to arrest 20 or 25,000 people and file cases against them, here, more than 11,367 arrests have been made, meaning 12,000 arrests. Arresting 12,000 people is not an easy task. These lists were prepared in advance. The entire plan was made beforehand. This did not just happen on May 9th. It was orchestrated. This was an operation carried out in such a way that, as many people say, just like the operation Hamas conducted from Gaza into Israel, where people were killed and there was destruction, and the whole world calls that act terrorism, that operation in reality was orchestrated by Hamas at Israel's behest. Many political analysts say that Israeli money was involved, that Israel itself orchestrated the attack on its own soil. Many people analyze it this way, so that using this as a pretext, everything that was later done in Gaza could be justified, which, as you all know, is clear from what Israel did. The same thing has been repeated with the Pakistani nation by our intelligence agencies and Asim Munir. Khan Sahib explains that he was released and came back. After that, of course, we also spoke with him. He says that as soon as he got into the car, as soon as the car doors were closed, when Khan Sahib entered, you saw how rudely they themselves got into the car as well. He says that as soon as the doors were closed, the car hadn't even started moving yet. It hadn't left from there. The doors were just closed. And they said to Khan Sahib, "Sorry, sir, if you experienced any discomfort. If you need anything, please let us know." The tone changed, the attitude changed, the behavior changed. Extremely respectful as any Pakistani has always been with Khan Sahib. The people sitting inside the car were behaving in exactly that manner. This means that the whole drama was just to provoke the public so that they could file cases against 35,000 unknown people and 13,000 arrest 13,000 people and detain all of them in fake cases. All of this was basically a plan to eliminate Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf because the party is so big. And even after May 9th, it wasn't finished. You saw in 2024, stamps were put on turnips, potatoes, eggplants, shoes, pumpkins, tongs, on everything, and yet Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and Imran Khan still won with a 2/3 majority. But this is all due to Asim Munir and his associates. When the generals of our own army attacked their own nation, attacked their own democracy, just like on December 16th, 1971, when the fall of Dhaka happened. 90,000 of our soldiers were captured there by India, and at that time the people of what was then East Pakistan joined together and carried out an operation against us. And you all know the reason for that. The seeds of this were sown by Ayub Khan and then Yahya Khan, and they nurtured it and brought it to completion. In exactly the same way, the current generals finished what was left undone. They grabbed Pakistan's most popular leader by the collar and provoked people to gather and come out onto the streets. Then all the rest of the work they had already sent their own men. In some places, statues were removed, in others, fires were set, and elsewhere, chaos was created. But notice, not a single person was injured. Yes, if anyone did get hurt there, then even that day, it was because shots were fired at Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf's. At least 25 people were martyred that day as well. This is the minimum. These are the people who are known. On May 9th too, at least 25 people were martyred. There's no trace of them. No one even mentioned their names. The party had already been infiltrated quite a bit. Imran Khan didn't just say it for no reason, that even if I'm left alone, I will resist. Obviously, he knew he would end up alone. Let me also tell you this. A few days before May 9th, we were having a meeting on Zoom, and during that I made it clear to Khan Sahib that if you are arrested, it doesn't seem like anyone will be left behind. It doesn't look like anyone will remain. Now, there are many people, whether you call them overseas or within the country, under the name of PTI. Well, you know about those inside the country, but even those abroad have all made deals. For a long time, they used to tell you that now talks will happen with so-and-so, now Imran. They had already made deals with him. They were doing everything at the general's behest. They had all struck deals with the general. Some would claim to be very close friends of Imran Khan. Some would call themselves his companions. Some would say something else, but in reality they had already made deals with the general and they were working according to the script that was given to them. After that, they were given the next script. Now you should stay silent, disappear. So some went silent, some disappeared, and some are still. He was aware that he would be left alone because he knew the history of Pakistan. He was very interested in history. He knew all about what had happened before. And he also knew that even greater injustices had been done to others before him. He perhaps even expected worse for himself. But just think, even knowing all this, he chose the path not to surrender, to stand with his dignity and self-respect. So this May 9th was actually an operation against us, against Pakistan itself. It was carried out by Pakistan's military generals, and I have already told you the entire purpose. The whole purpose was to somehow label this as an act against the country and use it as a pretext to control Tehreek-e-Insaf, which they were unable to control. The people were not coming under their control. Now, some things in this, you could say, backfired. Whatever little credibility they had left, the kind Captain Iman Durrani used to claim, that whatever we do it in the national interest, that credibility has now ended. But now they have taken a new path. For example, just yesterday the DG ISPR was saying in front of you all that we have nothing to do with politics. Now they can look you straight in the eye and lie to your face. So now they have adopted a new approach. What can you even do to us? And I apologize for using this word. It's not a very nice word. What can you do to us? It's a rude expression, and I apologize for that. I don't mean to be rude in any other way. Now they lie openly. Previously, it used to be that we never do anything wrong. Whatever we do is in the national interest. But now that veil has been lifted. They say, do whatever you want, we did this. And they even drop their doubts and tell you directly. Now they say Imran Khan will not be released. This will not happen. That will not happen. They openly tell you that now there is enmity between Asim Munir and Imran Khan. That is why Imran Khan will not be released. The tweets you see in front of you. What happens, as I promised you? I had told you about 3 packages, and now I have to tell you about the 4th package. In a day or so, I will talk about it in detail as well. I am working a bit on it, and I will let you know what the 4th package is. I already told you about the 3 packages that day. Now let's move on to the next news. His name is Shabir Masi. He is also a Pakistani. Inside the flag where Chaudhry Nizamuddin's stick is, with that stick, which represents the majority. Now, in the flag, because they have also been given a share. I don't know the exact number of minorities in Pakistan, but in the flag at least 25% of the share was given to them by the father of the nation, Quaid-e-Azam, may Allah have mercy on him, and his companions when they created Pakistan. This means they were given full equal rights, and they should have them. I keep saying again and again that Pakistan was actually founded in the name of minorities, because the larger in they considered themselves insecure in that whole situation. They felt that their rights would be taken away, so the minority said that we do not feel protected here. We want a separate country. So a minority created a country for themselves. Pakistan was made as a country for a minority. Now, when the minority created the country, they became the majority. So what have we done to the other minorities who were left behind? What has happened to the minorities now? Now, Shabir Masi Sahib, who has passed away, He died while serving the nation. He was sent down into a sewer to clean it, without any mask, without any oxygen mask, no safety gear, nothing at all. Nowhere in the world are such arrangements made. Actually, in most places, people are not sent down like this at all. But even where it is necessary, full protective gear is provided. That protective gear is provided. But in Pakistan, things are strange. In Pakistan, no doctor fights on the front line. I'm saying this because, as you know, a new virus has emerged, and we'll talk about that too. But during COVID, if a doctor was performing their duty when COVID first hit, we didn't have the necessary equipment. Not just Pakistan, the whole world didn't have it, and Pakistan didn't either. So the doctors who were working at Mayo Hospital, those doctors who were fighting on the front line at that time without any equipment, I use the word fighting because it really was like a battlefield for them, when they caught the disease there, those poor souls also passed away. Just as you become a martyr if you are shot, if a doctor catches a disease from a patient while on duty, that doctor is also considered a martyr. But there are no awards or recognition for them. They don't receive any acknowledgement in that way. Our nation doesn't do anything for them. Now take Shabir Masih, for example. He suffocated to death inside. He passed away. He died. These are his 3 children who are now orphans. They are from Faisalabad. Now they don't get any award. I don't know where these letters go, where they disappear to. It's as if these letters don't even exist. I don't know what it means for the nation. It seems to us that only in one profession, if you lose your life, it's either in the police or the army, where you wear a uniform and carry a gun. Only then is it considered service to the nation. Only then is it seen as a great service to the nation. For us, in our eyes. But let's say, even if they don't deserve the same level of respect, when a WAPDA lineman is electrocuted and loses his life while working on the front lines, or if something happens to a doctor, or in any other profession, in many professions, people have to take risks. When a judge sentences terrorists, and if those terrorists kill him, he is also a son of the nation. So, we hope, although on TikTok, arrangements will be made for the care of their children, because they too were serving the nation, performing their duties for the country when they went down into the sewer. They were also doing their duty at the place where they lost their lives. But because they were ordinary people, and here only the elite have rights, the common man has no rights. No one will speak for them. Moving on, at this time in Lahore, there is an advocate, Malik Parvez Iqbal advocate, at whose house there has also been talk on social media that a lawyer called him and asked where he was. He replied that he was at home, and shortly after, there was a raid on his house. Many people are accusing that the person from PTI who called him was actually in collusion with the military establishment. They say that this person first found out where he was, and then, well, I think there may be some weight to this claim because he was using Wi-Fi and not his phone. Then it makes sense that his location couldn't be traced. But if his phone was on, then they could have tracked his location and caught him that way. In any case, the truth of this situation will come out in the coming days. But what is clear is that he was arrested, his house was raided, and there was vandalism at his home. The purpose is the same as always because he helps people. He helps people, gets them released. Malik Saib is doing very good work. Now people are being harassed again, and take a look at this WhatsApp message. Now this is being spread on WhatsApp, saying that in the next few days, every WhatsApp call you make will be recorded. Every message you send will be recorded. Everything in every group will be recorded. Every message will be recorded. So whatever you say, you should be careful. Not all your messages are recorded, but one thing is certain. When you send any message in a group, so many people see your message anyway. No calls are being recorded, none at all. They are just trying to scare you. So these kinds of false fear-mongering messages are currently being spread in Pakistan so that people become so afraid that they don't even talk about them. The aim is to instill so much fear in people's minds that they don't even discuss these topics. Now, moving on to the next news. Right now, a major summit is taking place between China and the US. President Trump is going to China. This will have a major impact. Their discussions will take place on topics like AI chips and semiconductors, as well as rare earth minerals. There will also be talks about trade tariffs. So let's see in the coming days whether the Cold War between the US and China intensifies or if their business friendship grows stronger. But this is a very important visit. both for America and for the entire world. In my opinion, President Trump will make some very positive statements there, and the stock exchange will go crazy. It will surge significantly. But later on, whether President Trump will actually follow through on those statements or not remains to be seen. I also think that after making those positive statements in China, when he returns, he might make some contradictory statements a few days later. That's just his general personality. I don't have any inside information. This is just my analysis. This also affects you through the respiratory tract, through breathing, and it is said that it causes kidney failure, and many people have died from it. It has reached as far as Spain. The World Health Organization has issued an advisory about it, but they have said that it may not be like COVID. Nevertheless, it is still spreading very rapidly, and the whole world is afraid of it, and the entire world. And the whole world is wondering how deadly this could turn out to be, and just how dangerous it is. If this virus emerges, you'll have to protect yourself from it as well. Obviously, we don't yet have the information on how to protect yourself from it, but we'll keep an eye on things. As more information comes in, we'll share with you how to stay safe from it. Then Russia and Ukraine have agreed to a temporary ceasefire, which is also very good news. If this ceasefire holds, a major headache for Europe will be resolved, and perhaps Europe will move even further away from President Trump. They should make peace quickly, because the reason is that obviously there is pressure on Europe at the moment, so that pressure will be resolved for them. Now, before we wrap up, let me share the last news with you. In Pakistan, the current government formed under Form 47 has increased the price of diesel by 15 rupees, and petrol has also gone up by about 15 rupees. 8 paisas less, so 14 rupees and 92 paisas. So both petrol and diesel have become 15 rupees per liter more expensive. They don't care because they haven't come here with anyone's vote. What they want is to extract even the last drop of blood from your body. With that, allow me to take my leave. May Allah be your protector and helper. Long live Pakistan.